Hello, I'm Microsoft MVP Tom Morgan. Today I wanted to take you on a quick tour of the new Microsoft adoption site. Might be a bit of a kind of a strange place for me as a Teams developer to be talking about the adoption site, but actually the reality is right now we're all doing lots of different things. We're all supporting different members of our family, friends and co-workers in doing kind of different things. So actually I think there's a huge value in just getting out there all this kind of information and knowledge about Teams adoption and generally Microsoft adoption. I think a lot of organizations are finding themselves in a place where they've maybe ignored the technology for a bit and they've sort of done the minimum just to get by. But now with everybody being at home so much more, they're having to think about these things. They're having to think about how do people share together? How do they use the tools that we're already paying for? But how do we use them more effectively? How do we use them securely? And how do we train our staff? This is a really big thing at the moment. Just because we've got all the tools and technologies, do we have the skills to use them? And that's something that, I see, I find it myself. Yep, it's not my area of expertise. I'm a developer by trade. I'm not, my job is not in user adoption, but I get asked these things by people in passing. People know I'm very much in the Teams space, so I get asked Teams related questions. I get asked, where do I go to learn about Teams if I'm just starting out? Family and friends asking how to do things, other business contacts reaching out, knowing that I'm maybe a bit more technically savvy in the organization I work with that are fully embracing Teams, just want to know where to get started. So Microsoft have packaged this all together in one site that is the landing point and kind of jumping off point for loads and loads of resources. So that's what I'm going to show you. The website you need to remember is adoption.microsoft.com. That couldn't be simpler, right? Adoption.microsoft.com. So let's go there now. And I just want to take you through some interesting things that I think are worth talking about. So straight away you can see kind of position yourself and your organization to where you want to be, aligned to a particular technology or maybe just all of Microsoft 365. I'm going to jump in straight with Microsoft Teams. And I've got these different places I can go to around, am I just starting? Am I trying to train people? Am I engaging? Where am I in these steps? And all of these take me to different places in kind of landing off points. Straight away off to, like, if I'm talking about engaging the org, well, what does that mean? It's early adopters, it's, templates for communication. If I'm training, what is that? It's guides, it's online links, even getting started, checklist guides, admin guides, understanding how ready the organization is. So there's all this kind of really good information. It's nicely categorized because sometimes, Microsoft put out a lot of information and make lots of information available, but it can be hard to find sometimes. So I think this is really good, putting this all in one place like this. There's a couple of really nice things I'll pull out as well. So these day in the life guides, these are worth looking at. If you're trying to answer people's questions around like, well, is Teams for me? How would I actually use Teams, in my day to day? Align it to one of these, and these are day in the life's kind of examples of how you might use Teams throughout your working day. That's just one example of, some of this information that's available to you. Lots and lots of jumping off points for training as well. So if you're a developer, jumping off the developer training, the IT pro training, the end user training. Really, really like a lot of information. If we look at, just any of these really, enabling remote work. That's obviously a really hot topic at the moment. If you're an organization that had it all figured out and now everything's up in the air because, suddenly everyone's working at home, well, what does that actually mean? So a whole section dedicated to just enabling remote work. There's a whole website, webcast set of episodes, podcast, that's the word I'm looking for, a set of episodes that you can go through, except the videos, I think. A whole load, look at these are all upcoming in August and through September. Lots and lots of interesting information that is being made available to you, kind of all in one place. I really like how everything here is kind of simplified, categorized, made easy to find. And there's kind of lots of interesting digging off points. So this one I found really interesting, the human side of working remotely. Like we always, and I'm guilty of this as much as anyone else, as a technician, as an IT person, I'm jumping for the IT solution, the technology solution to all these problems where I'm working from home and working remotely. But actually, the there's a massive side of this that's much more to do with the human side. So what is it like trying to maintain a team and get everybody working productively together when they're all scattered? Well, look at all these. So I love this sentence, or this paragraph. This is not what I'd expect to find on a Microsoft hosted, essentially jump off branding learning page. It's the people in our lives that provide connection, continuity, and confidence. And so how do you make that a reality in your organization? So ideas for bringing fun into work, some ideas that you can take and just kind of implement, make your own, and roll out in your organization. There's loads of really, really good content here. So regardless of what it is you do, you might do nothing with this other than to send it to somebody in your organization who needs access to it, who needs to see it, and that's great. You may come here if people ask you questions, or you may just decide to kind of look through it a bit, and you may find interesting things in here, ideas that you want to try in your own organization, or just kind of helpful guides, links to success stories, and just further information. So kind of a quick video, just wanted to show you that because I thought it was really a really nice thing, and I thought more people should see it, especially at the moment, because we all know somebody who could do with looking through some of the adoption stuff, who is struggling a little bit and could just use some help, and hopefully having it all lined up in one place and nicely categorized and laid out means that this information is easier to access. All right, that's everything from me for this quick video. Hope you found it useful. Thanks very much for watching.